Hey guys, how you doing? It's me, Alan here at Lfcredchat. First of all, if you didn't already see the preview video for the Bolton game, I want to say sorry for not keeping up with my videos as of late. I've just been busy doing a lot of other things, writing, etc. like that, some Liverpool stuff, some other stuff in different sports that I've been doing recently, so I'm really sorry about that if you've been looking out for my videos. But I'm dedicated again, I'm back into it, doing these YouTube videos and getting on with it. So if you want to, you can follow me at Lfcredchat. I'm still very vocal on there all the time. And also, if you're inclined to any American sports, NFL, NBA, hockey, baseball, anything like that, I'm also on another Twitter at Alan Bruce Writes, where I'm going to be posting all the stories that I write on the different sports over there. Because the main thing about this is that I'm trying to be a journalist. I'm trying to get on air. I'm trying to get in a radio station somewhere that I can just talk about sports all day. So that's the dream, and this channel helps. So, as per, like I was just saying, you can also subscribe up here or down here in the bottom corner. I'm trying to be a journalist. I watched the pre-match. I got my notes, and we're going to go through them so that you get to know what was said in the pre-match interview as well. And then my take on what Brendan had to say. So, pre-match, first question was about Daniel Sturridge and his fitness. Brendan had this to say: still waiting, won't be involved this week. He's still progressing with his rehab, and he won't be involved this weekend. So you can rule him out the Bolton game. A lot of people are tipping for this Chelsea League Cup game away coming up is the day that he'll come back, at least on the bench somewhere, which I cannot wait for. Second question he was asked was about Sterling, about the contract. Normally he's very much, that's between the club and player, but he did comment a little bit further. He was asked what's holding up Sterling's contract. He said he didn't know, it's between the agent and the club, and that Sterling is very keen to continue playing at Liverpool. And he also went as far to say that the contract is imminent. It's going to be signed soon. It's going to be all dusted under the carpet, and we're going to move on from it. So that would be good. Get Sterling locked up in a longer deal. Give him a little bit of money. That's fine. He was then asked about the Chelsea game, the League Cup game. It was heated. Does he think that is going to carry on into the return match, the return leg? Coming up on Tuesday. He was asked no. He said no straight away. He very much wanted to quash those flames of that flaring up Henderson and the Elephant Man and the rest of it. So he said no, it won't be an issue, and basically moved on from there. He was then, so 3 questions then, he was finally asked about the FA Cup. FA Cup, will there be changes in the squad? Will he rotate the squad? He said yes. And they will make changes, but they still want to advance, so it's not going to be too many changes. If you haven't watched my preview video, the team, as per Chrissy Kennedy 9, he's been right 7 out of 7 times in the last 7 team sheet. So he thinks it's going to be Mignolet, Johnson, Shan, Sacco, Manquillo, Allen, Henderson, Enrique, Coutinho, Lallana, Sterling. So he thinks that's going to be the team. So that goes along with what Brendan has to say here. Yes, there's going to be changes. You know, Johnson, Allen, and Manquillo, Enrique, but it's still going to be a strong enough team to advance. Yes, Coutinho, Lallana, Sterling up front. You still got Shan and Sacco in there as well. So good. Youngsters, Rossiter will be involved, like I also said in my video. He'll probably be on the bench if that team sheet is correct, and I have every reason to be confident in that. You will see more of the youngsters coming in the coming years, so more of the young players are going to come through the team. Not so many at the moment. Sterling was the last one really to come up through the ranks, but Rossiter is there on the cusp of it. You've got Harry Wilson, very good, and the under 18s and stuff like that right now. Sinclair as well, of course. Ibe had a great time on loan at Derby. He thanked Steve McLaren and said he was very much improved when he got him back. So that's what he had to say about the youngsters. Of course he's cup tied though, so he's not going to be able to play, unfortunately. He was asked about injuries, so this is what he had to say. Allen is back Johnson is back, like I said in the team sheet. Balotelli is back, he'll probably be on the bench. Jones is still out, he's still a bit a week away, and Flanagan not part of the squad, so he's probably still training by himself at the moment. He's not in full training with the squad activities and stuff like that. He was then asked about Neil Lennon. He said he's outstanding. He's been outstanding at Bolton so far. They've only lost 3 times since he was there, and he's really moved them out of the relegation zone so far. He'd done a great job at Celtic, and he went on to describe the pressures that are at Celtic. Being a Scottish guy, I know what the pressures are at Celtic. You have to win every single game, or else you get pelters for it. You just have to ask Ronnie Dyla at the moment. And he's getting pelters for it every single night. I listen to the Scottish football up there. But he did a great job at Celtic, lots of pressure, terrific as a player, done his homework when he was transitioning from a player to a coach to a manager. He took Celtic to the Champions League last 16 a couple of years ago, won a whole bunch of titles, won the Scottish Cup, won the League Cup. And he felt he should have got a Premiership job somewhere. The most that he was close to was the Crystal Palace job after Tony Pulis resigned, and then he was also linked to the Norwich job, which he didn't get. Norwich went another way, but Norwich have now hired Hamilton Academicals manager down there, so it's interesting that he missed out on that one, but he took up Bolton, and like he said, they've only lost 3 times since he was there, moving up the table. He's a great thinker of the game. He was then asked about his relation between him and Neil Lennon. Not really much in it, just football stuff, and that they're Northern Irish, that's about it. You know, they go to the same meetings and stuff for the football managers and all the rest of that, but nothing really between the two of them to really hype up the game or anything. They don't really know each other too well. He was asked if the FA Cup was a priority. Yes, straight away he said yes. They're looking to win a trophy and get into the top 4 this year. This is where it comes his famous tweets of the week so far, that Liverpool weren't ready to challenge for the league this year, and that the main aim was top 4, getting back into Champions League football and some piece of silverware at League Cup, FA Cup, Europa League, whatever it was, that he could get his hands on. So yes, he wants to do that. He wants to be challenging for a trophy and being top 4 this year. That was the goal. He was then asked about time taken for new players to come in, and he went on at length about this and really detailed how much a new player really has to go through, finding a new house, finding his way to work, coming into a new country, new culture, new language and all that. It all takes time to fit in, especially if you're bringing in younger players a la Markovic, or even if you're moving from a different part of England a la Lallana, moving up to Liverpool and stuff like that. So yeah, it takes a lot, and you don't really think about it. You did well in answering the question. If you were to change your work and you were to move, say, from DC here and move up to Baltimore, I would have to find a house, I would have to find a way to work, where I'm going to eat, my kids into school, where they're going to go, after school activities, football, all the rest of it. I need to find all that again. So yeah, it takes a lot out of it when they're not training, when they're not at work. You got a lot of stuff off the field as well. So yeah, it takes a bit of time for them to settle in, and he explained it well. Next one, how much can you achieve with this squad? Is it possible for a Premiership title? He said yes. He was a bit hesitant at first, but he said yes. He pinned his colours to the mast, and he said that he's got good young players, but he will have to bring in some quality as well to add to it. So he's jabbing for a big money signing, I guess, from that. Someone with a bit of quality, someone with a bit of know-how. He was asked about balance with changes and form. Would the changes affect the form? He wants to keep it consistent, or he said he was keeping it consistent over the past couple of games, since maybe about the Man United game where he really changed it around. Players looking in can see the system that he wants, the standards that they want, and he wants to keep them at that. He was asked about Coutinho, final question. He said he was outstanding. He gives him that bit of magic with the last pass, and that he's a class act, and that he had Sturridge and Suarez to pass to last season, and he didn't really have that at the start of the season, but in this new system with Sterling and people running ahead of him, it's really helped him get back to that form of last season where he was. So he has been outstanding and has been a class act as per Mr. Brendan Rodgers. So that's your rundown from it. Very good interview. He was very honest, as he mostly is. He will dodge a couple of questions. He'll give you a non-answer. You know, going for a while but not really saying anything. But yeah, fantastic. Okay guys, so I'm really pumped up for this Bolton game. Make sure you watch my other video, the preview of it, 5 things you need to know and all the rest. And I'll sign off for tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow. Alright guys, stay safe, have a good one. I'll see you soon. Make sure you share this video, comments down below on anything that I said. Anything irks you, anything that you think he says is good, make sure you comment down below. Like the video, thumbs up, subscribe, up and down the way, wherever it is. And have a good one guys. I'll see you later, and stay safe. Bye bye.